and Irshad has saved it, armed it away. But right after that, just have a look at Alali Najari there. Well, this was earlier. Shot from far out. But Alali Najari, after that finish where he did get his finishing target, maybe signalling to the bench, asking to be brought off. Maybe.
Yeah, just a little flex of that knee after he had that shot. That save from Gurmeet, by the way, came from Lalin Sangar's long-range drive. Here's Naresh. Well, McCartan's got a yellow card. Ajare is offside this time, so McCartan, who has picked up quite a few yellow cards in this tournament, has got one. He's only just come on as well.
And this time a clever run there from Alali Najari. Just times it maybe a little too late. Look at that, good vision. In from the midfield, first time into the path of Alali Najari. Marginally offside.
Northeast just starting to find a few gaps now in that Diamond Harbour defence. Well, you certainly feel they've got to be a little bit more aggressive and take some chances if they want to, even try and threaten. But Northeast United have defended well. Zabako has marshalled things pretty well at the back. Naresh getting forward here. That might find its way through to Match, and it did find its way through, but it came at him a little bit sharply. Kibo Vakuna just getting behind his side's efforts in getting in behind that Northeast United defence. Here's Matchin again. Long way from goal. It was dipping awkwardly. It goes wide. Gurmeet berating his defenders for allowing that shot. It's taken a slight deflection on its way through.
Yeah, look, Matchin. Dangerous on the ball every time. The kind of player to Alali Najari. Every time he gets on the ball, you feel it is a goal-scoring opportunity. Very, very direct in Luka Matchin. In the corner for Diamond Harbour, and now you see Kibu sending his centre-back inside the ball to maybe get a sense of hope.
Robbie's corner. Oh, there's a header which has crept in. Well, it was almost in slow motion. But Diamond Harbour finally get off the mark. It was Robbie's corner. Was it Quartazar that got the final touch? We'll have a look in just a second. But it was almost in slow motion. It crept past Gurmeet and just crept inside that post into the bottom corner. But it is a lifeline, maybe, for Diamond Harbour. We're just under a quarter of the game to go.
There's that goal that Kibu Vakuna was looking for. The corner whipped it in towards the near post, and somehow a big deflection sees the goalkeeper, escapes Gurmeet and finds its way into towards the near post. Alali Najari sees the ball go inside his own goal post. And is that Luka Matchin? Yes, the last touch.
Well, it is Luka Matchin. It was Jobby Justin's initial header. And how many times has Luka Matchin been in that sort of position where he's just managed to either deflect the ball in or get a simple tap in across his career? He's in the right place in the right time in the 100th minute against Mohammedan in the very opening game to seal a vital win for Diamond Harbour. And here they come again on the attack. If they could get a second goal now, would set us up nicely. It's not to be a third clean sheet in a row for Northeast United. Good play by Dinesh. Quartazar. Well, it's amazing what a goal can do for a team's spirits. Even at 3-0 down, all of a sudden, there's an extra spring in the step here for Diamond Harbour.
They're pressing, looking to score 2 more goals there. Maybe get his name onto that Golden Boot trophy.
Well, he's up to 5 now, Luka Matchin. Just 2 behind Aladdin Jarry. Didn't know too much about it, but it counts.
That header there, and then Luka Marcin with that crucial big deflection, unintended, although still a goal to goal, and he's going to take it.
Yeah, there's a certain irony, Karen, as a striker. If that goes in off a defender, it still goes down as Joby Justin's goal because the original header was on target, but because it's his own teammate that's deflected it in, it goes down as a Luka Marcin goal.
And these fans here for Northeast United now a bit tense up in conceding that goal. 20 minutes, a long time to turn things around, and we've seen that multiple finals and multiple matches where one goal could change the game.
There's Joby Justin. Just a little bit too eager to shoot from distance. A little off balance, didn't really set himself properly and pulled to the side of the target, but he'll try and be a real driving force, the captain for his side in the final 18 and a half minutes or so. There's the SUV for the golden ball winner and the golden boot winner. I think both those are heading into Aladdin. I hope he's got a big garage wherever he lives in India. There's a very good chance that Kermit will win the golden glove as well. There's another long-range shot from Paul this time that goes wide of the target. Luka Marcin just maybe asking for a little bit more composure when his side are coming forward.
They are coming forward with numbers there. I mean, Harman Kibu Vikuna knows that in these situations, you avoid temptation and you make those passes. Luka Marcin asking for that pass. Now, this player, Dhfc, is being brought in. He's had an incredible season last time around, and we know what he can do when he's on the ball with his pace, with his experience. Sometimes he's done things that nobody probably in the Indian Super League would have done last season.
Well, it's the score of the third goal that's coming off. Toy Singh Jitin is coming off, so coming on rather. Whatever that issue with Aladdin Ajare was, it seems that it's not going to affect his participation in the game at the moment. But Jitin, who was left on the bench in place of Toy, has a chance to try and use his pace against this Diamond Harbour defence to maybe try and help his side restore that 3-goal cushion. Chairman, Hyro rather, trying to get the ball of quarters up. Nervous times for Juan Pedro Bernali, having seen his seed that goal. Diamond Harbour are going to make another change. Tapuya, another new player in their squad this season, signed from Goklam Kerala. He's going to come on for a third appearance off the bench. Chested off by Marcin. Paul. Joby. Marcin has raced into the middle. Nice little overlap from Naresh. Good challenge though from Jitin, using his pace to get back on defensive duty and maybe picked up a slight knock, but able to get the ball away at the second attempt. Now McCartan. Jarry just held his line today onside. Tries to get around Cortazar, who leans into him, brings him down. Quickly acknowledging the foul. Good play by Ajare, who just held the line there, made sure he didn't stray into an offside position.
And the kind of punches he takes, Aladdin Ajare, a slight heavy touch, and he invites those challenges, but he's so fast on the ball, so far with his feet as well. He knows he has to get there right in time. Yellow card for Cortazar, who knows maybe he should have held his ground, not lunged in. That kind of a challenge now for Aladdin Ajare, now for Northeast United. Another goal scoring opportunity. Yeah, just dived in a little on the challenge there, Cortazar. So difficult to contain when he's at full pace though, Aladdin Ajare. And he's over the free kick.
This is one of those that could well be whipped in here towards Mirshad. Goes for goal, but just too high this time. Valentina Jari, that'll be the drinks break in the second half. A chance for Kibu Vakuna here to get a few words across, and a chance for Juan Pedro Benali the same to just make sure his side shore it up a little bit at the back. But it's been a good response since going 3-0 down by Diamond Harbour. Can they get themselves another goal to set up a grandstand finish, I wonder?
It's been interesting here on this drinks break or a tactical break now for Diamond Harbour. Not only the players, it's also the kind of players that the numbers that they can lay out Northeast United inside their own half, where they are creating chances to come out, and they know that they have the capability to maybe get 2 more goals in and take this forward to Laguna now. What can he do? The white goes out. That's how the goal was scored. Ball whipped in, and then strong header off Luka Marcin at the end. Keeper, a big deflection. Maybe the goal came at the right time.
Kibu Vakuna there with a few words for Rakima, who was the hero, of course, against Jamshedpur in the quarter-final with 2 goals. Hyro recently on for Northeast United, another one of their new foreign signings for the new season. Another player that was in the lower leagues in that Primera Federación Group 1 last season with Sestar River. Interesting player, Hyro. He has played a lot around Europe. He was in Hungary with Honved for a couple of seasons, played at Sevilla, Mainz in Germany, Las Palmas in Spain, went back to Germany with Hamburg. Adding that little bit of experience, Chema Nunes and Andy, of course, we've seen a lot of in this tournament as well. Is Naresh. Clock ticking away from Diamond Harbour. A substitution has been made. Joby Justin has gone off. No hero status for him tonight. It is Tarpoya that's come on. Carton just dropping the shoulder there and trying to muscle past his man, but in the end was brought down. It was Robbie that just stopped him any way he could, really, then.
Carton Nixon, he did feel something from behind. A short goal, and then clever from him. Again, buys more time for Northeast United.
Paul. Still moving forward here. Naresh. Double teamed at that near post by Zabako and Andy to block the ball behind for the corner. Paul with the corner this time. Headed away again by Andy. Tarpoya. Nice ball. But he couldn't get that one across. He was credited with lots of assists during his time in Aizawl. Tarpoya didn't get much game time at Goklan, but getting a chance now at Diamond Harbour, and a good position to get that one across there.
And the young boy from Mizoram just finds himself in space there. Although Luka Marcin, he was asking for a ball, Tapuya. Just gaze up and see his teammate who was in a position, was asking for a bit of a comeback.
Majari. Rakima. A little too strong in the challenge, so a free kick to Northeast. Juan Pedro Benali getting a little upset with some of these challenges, I think. That was Naresh, actually, that made the challenge on Aladin Ajare. Free kick to Northeast.
Yeah, using his hands a bit there. Adi Najari just generates so much force and acceleration in those tight spaces. Gets in front of Naresh, wins the streak for Northeast United.
Don't forget, it's 35 years since the side last defended the Durand Cup. East Bengal in 1990. They went on to win it the following year as well to make it 3 in a row. Spilled by Mirshad, not for the first time tonight. Oh, brilliantly done. Guided into the bottom corner by Jairo. And Northeast United restored the 3-goal cushion. And the Spaniard who scored early on in the tournament, Srangdajid, has got another goal here, having just come on a few moments ago. And Northeast United lead by 4 goals to 1. And surely that wraps up a second successive Indian Oil Durand Cup 4-1.
Yeah, Durand, he can start his celebration there up in the VIP box. Northeast United get their 4th goal. Jairo brought in the second half, showing why and showing the quality that he brings, showing why Pedro Manali has got him into this side. Takes the touch away from the defender, and with his right foot, finishes it. Quality there. Ball whipped in, away once again by Mirshad. A big goalkeeping mistake. If you cannot collect it, you punt it away. You punt it away from that area. And Mirshad spills it once again. In for Jairo, who does ever so well. No chance when you finish in between the defender's legs, through them and into the bottom corner. 4th goal for Northeast United, and surely now the Indian Oil Durand Cup for the 2nd consecutive season is theirs.
Yeah, the ball just kissed the post on its way in. But this is, sometimes we say this a lot, particularly I think last season in the ISL, the goalkeeper's handling at times left quite a lot to be desired. And if you don't get the ball cleanly or get it away, you keep your defence under pressure, and that's what happened. Diamond Harbour couldn't get the ball away, and Jairo punished them. I can just imagine that the scenes up in Northeast, up in Guwahati and Shillong and surrounding areas, where those Northeast fans are gathered to watch the game tonight. Sheer delight, I'm sure, and almost carrying a sheer disbelief. There was disbelief last season when they won the Durand Cup under every ISL team played last season. It was a really strong competition, and it's been strong this year in different ways. But they've their nerve, and they've gone on to do, as I say, what East Bengal did 35 years ago. That's retain the trophy.
Yeah, and then the first 20 minutes, they've dominated every player, Northeast United. And we track back and think about Jiban or Diamond Harbour, the first 20 minutes, if they did convert the chances they got, maybe Northeast United would have not found themselves in this situation. And now, this is what quality does. When you get these kind of chances, you finish them.
Chipped in again by Tarpoya, gathered by Gurmi. By comparison to his opposite number, he's had a really safe pair of hands tonight. Just under 17,000 in the Salt Lake tonight for this one. The majority of them Northeast United fans who are thoroughly enjoying this resurgence of their team. And who'd have thought Carol would be saying this, but they might need a bigger trophy room. Wouldn't have been saying that 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, something Mandar Tamane and John Abraham would like to hear. Bigger trophy room. Good problems for Northeast United going forward now.
Machin can't bring the ball under control. Oh, cleverly done for Northeast. Now Jitin. Ajare flicks the ball away from his man. He's got Jitin in with him. Cleverly done again by Aladdin Ajare. There's that ball in behind. Just too far across, is it? No, it's not. Because Northeast United have scored a 5th. And it's Andy this time that's on the score sheet. It's a Spanish double towards the end of the game. And a Jarre that provided once again. It's a similar ball to be played for Toy. It looked as though that might have been a little bit too far for Andy and the angle was tight. But somehow he's wrapped his foot around it. It's looped into the net. And for the second time in this Durand Cup, Northeast United, Diamond Harbour rather, are staring a 5-1 defeat in the face. Northeast are going on to win this one in style. Lead 5-1.
And they're all smiles there, Northeast United. Ajari once again with this pace. Well, he sees that run in behind the defenders. And what about that for a pass? Before we come to the finish, he identifies that pace. Quality finish there. Maybe not intended to get the ball over the goalkeeper like that. He finds the ball in the back of the net. Well, that's more of a goal for Aladin Ajari as well, with the kind of pass that he played around the defense of Diamond Harbour.
And he was on the score sheet in the quarter-final win over Bodo for his debut goal for Northeast United. Now he has a second. And it really has turned into a rout now for Juan Pedro Bernali's side. It's the most they've scored. They scored 4 against Bodo and they might not be finished yet either. Jitin. Diamond Harbour stretch. Jitin going cross goal. He's just run out of space a little bit there. 4 defenders now getting back behind the ball. Still Jitin. And eventually, Mirshad will gather, spills the ball again. Mirshad under no pressure. And another long-range shot comes in. Ajare. And eventually the ball will be taken away from him by Paul. What on earth was Mirshad doing then, putting his defence right back under pressure?
Been more than one occasion there, Mark, where Mirshad has spilled the ball there. 2 goals have come from that, one for Ashirakhtar, and then we saw him coming out from crosses as well. And now, if Northeast United did score with that, well, 6 goals with the defending champions. Although in these kind of matches, you need to be clinical. In these kind of matches, you cannot make these unforced errors.
Yeah, Jitin was the man who was bursting forward initially, trying to get a chance in. There'll be 4 minutes added time here at the end of the 90. This is the biggest win in the final since Mahindra beat Churchill Brothers 5-0 in 2001. Here comes the change. Lalian Stanga coming off. Mohit Mittal, who is a late addition to the squad, comes on for his second appearance off the bench. Diamond Harbour will go away, they'll regroup, they'll plan for the new I-League season, whenever that is going to get underway. Only once, by the way, has a team scored 6 in a Durand Cup final. That was a long time ago, 1896, when the Somerset Light Infantry beat Black Watch by 6 goals to 1. Is Mirshad better with his feet than he has been with his hands tonight? What does this mean for Northeast United, Karen? We saw last season what it meant for them, but to win it twice, they're surely a side now that can't wait for the new season, hopefully soon to get underway, because they will be one of the favourites to make the playoffs once again, you would feel, in the ISL. Pause a sec, because Diamond Harbour are coming forward, but that's put away for a corner. But it certainly will mean a lot to them once again.
Yeah, it did mean a lot to them earlier last season. Well, and now it just instills that belief that they can win the Indian Super League as well. Yeah, a chance for Diamond Harbour, although tracking back Northeast United, tracking back, clearing that away to safety. But answering your question there, Mark, for John Abraham and for the coach as well now, it's their eyes on the Indian Super League that they are looking to win for the first time ever.
4 minute
We
plus
see the kind of team they are now. And like you said, they could be favourites. You see, both Jiban, who've had the strongest team. You have Mummy East Bengal, a real close team, although Northeast United getting past all of that, getting past and making it to the finals of the Indian Oil Durand Cup once again. And now they've surely won it for 2 consecutive seasons now.
Now they're going to make one more change, Northeast United. Danny's going to come on for Aladin Ajare. We're into 4 minutes added time at the end of the 90. It's going to be a corner for Diamond Harbour. Although comes to nothing once again. Well, it's been a great tournament, of course, with all the speculation around, and hopefully after yesterday's Supreme Court ruling we'll hopefully see some movement in starting a new season. But it's been so nice, Karen, to have competitive football back in India, and you know, the fans getting back out and supporting their teams, as well as Diamond Harbour. They're in search of another goal. Gurmit saves with his legs. Now here come Northeast on the break. Fencing towards that bottom corner, came back off the post, and there's a challenge just on the edge, and a penalty to Northeast United. Aladin Ajare brought down. He is the man that's going off in a moment, but he's drawn the foul on the edge of the box to win a penalty and a chance to move on to 8 goals. Well, we went from one end to the other in very quick succession there.
You see that hunger and desire where he wants to get onto the score sheet, not just the provider. His first effort stopped by the post, and then still that pace gets ahead and the first to react to the ball and then wins that penalty for Northeast United. Signals that before he comes off, he wants a goal to his name in the final of the Indian Oil Durand Cup.
Now Ruat Kema just stuck out a leg, and it was a tired-looking challenge at this stage of the game in the 93rd minute. And no question who was going to take this penalty. Aladin Ajare against Mirshad. Little stutter, and in off the underside of the bar. And Aladin Ajare makes it 6. And he is finishing the tournament in some style. It's his 40th goal in Indian football. His 8th goal of this tournament. And he has been, once again, the standout performer. What a performance, and what a second half it's been for Northeast United. Diamond Harbour blown away by the Highlanders.
Strikes it hard, Aladin Ajare. Pass Mirshad rattles across on the inside of the goal post and then finds into the back of the net. Yet with 90 minutes to get his name onto the score sheet, Aladin Ajare. 93 minutes on.
Another great performance. As we said, it does equal 6 goals that Somerset Light Infantry scored. Still need another couple to get the biggest Durand Cup win, which they're not going to do, which was Highland Light Infantry back in 1889. But nevertheless, what a performance for Northeast United. Diamond Harbour were in the game very early on, but once Northeast got in front, it was really difficult for them. They got to a 3-0 lead before Luka Machin's deflective header gave them brief hope. But the man of the moment, Aladin Ajare, getting the 6th, his 8th goal of the tournament. And what a performance. And what a tournament it's been again for Northeast United, who were the winners of the 134th Indian Oil Durand Cup, powered by SBI and Coal India after that dominant display, Karen.
That is incredible, especially in the second 45 minutes. Luka Machin, he did get 1 goal in for Diamond Harbour in lucky fashion, although this side for Juan Pedro Benali win a final in this style, in this fashion for the second consecutive time is just incredible. In front of the fans that have travelled here in the Salt Lake Stadium to witness them win once again. Northeast United, the season does look right. The tournament with the tournament that they've had this time around.
Well, they came here in expectation, North East United, after their win last season. But even they, surely in their wildest dreams, wouldn't have expected a winning margin of 5 goals. As we are the champions, rings out. Miguel Zabaka very soon will become the first player in recent times to lift that trophy for a second successive time. And what a start it's been to the season again for North East United. Nice warm embrace there from Juan Pedro Benali and Luka Machin. Mutual respect, I'm sure, for both of those. But these teams really, Karen, just speak for themselves. Unbridled joy for North East United, who are still the Ware winners once again.
Yeah, it'll be a long night of celebration for this side. So they are celebrating that, and Pedro Benali knows that now this side moving forward, they're a side that teams will fear to face. Because the kind of football they've shown, a discipline in defense, lethal in attack.
Well, you've got to say, brilliantly well done for Juan Pedro Benali, who once again, the man who's masterminded this victory. 2 seasons ago, North East United, he took over, made his debut in this competition, got them through to the semi-finals where they lost on penalties to East Bengal. But since then, that now extends their unbeaten run in this competition to 18 matches. Quite incredible. Not a clean sheet for Gurmeet tonight, but he won't worry too much about that. He's the Golden Glove winner as well, so they've swept up the awards as well. North East United and John Abraham. His last movie was called The Diplomat. There'll be nothing diplomatic about the celebrations tonight, I'm sure, for the Highlanders faithful. But in a way, Karen, I suppose, the fact they played so well and Juan Pedro Benali's done so well over the last 2 seasons, this almost puts a little bit more pressure on them to do well once the regular season gets underway.
Always that you keep expecting players to do better, especially not just for Juan Pedro Benali, also for Aladin Ashari, scoring in every single game that he plays, who's winning trophies, winning North East United. If you don't do it on 1 or 2 occasions, and then you need to start answering those who doubt you. Although Aladin Ashari, no doubters, no haters. It's players and fans from all teams that love that man.
Well, it's been really interesting because North East United have treated this as a proper pre-season. Those new signings, Andy, Jairo, Tim Nunes, all look very competent at being able to slot into the East United style of play. Aladin Ajare again, but if you might be able to do it for a second season, which is always the big test, of course. That was where Koro was so successful for FC Goa during his time in India. He could do the goal scoring for multiple seasons and nothing to think that Aladin Ajare can't do the same again once the season gets underway. He's a natural goal scorer, and it's hard to believe that last season was only the 2nd time he's reached double figures in his career. He's obviously found his niche in India, but tonight he was assister as well because he got a couple of assists there. One for Toy, and one at the end for Andy. Brilliant balls in behind the defence, reads the game very well, knows exactly how to play that killer pass. But a word about Diamond Harbour, Karen, because they came here probably with very little expectation, although we know their aspirations of wanting to get into the ISL. That is evident by the players that they brought into the club. But clearly Kiba Bakuna will know that there is a lot of work to be done as they build towards an I-League season, as they look for yet another successive promotion.
Yeah, when you beat a team like Imami East Bengal in the semi-final, I mean, how do you know they're a side that has quality, not only with the signing in coach who's brought in, it's the philosophy that they've played with, and we've seen them, big defeats for them. I mean, although they've shown how they can handle situations under pressure. Now for North East United, everything's in their favour. 17 shots, 12 on target, and then 50% of the shots that they've scored on target have found its way into the back of the net.
51%. The possession did close up a little bit